Wow, I'm just saying this tournament has been incredible with the amount of upsets that's been going on here. We even have Larry still in singles. He's making his push through losers bracket. So, and a lot more players now having to beat their way through losers bracket. I'm kind of scared actually of losers bracket being extremely stacked. Now we have Anti in losers. We have Kamimi in losers. Oh my goodness.
It is full of monsters. Just getting out on winner's side is definitely a huge, it's a relief. It means you have to play a lot less, and it's a big weight off the player's shoulders.
Yeah, we have Esam in losers too, actually, and man, he's still breaking through, but you know, we can only see more later on today, so keep on watching the stream, share the stream, show your support for the Genesis 4 streams, and tell everybody about what's about to go on as we have WRo versus Broad on next here for Smash 4 Singles.
Diddy Kong versus Duck Hunt. Now, I'm not sure how much Duck Hunt experience WRo has, but being such a fundamentally sound player, still #1 in the world after the PGR, the most recent PGR, this is still going to be a really strong showing from WRo.
If I recall correctly, I do know that WRo had visited Japan for quite some time. He wanted to get in some games with the Japanese players. I'm not too sure if he got that practice with the Japanese Duck Hunts. Speaking of which, we actually have 3 Duck Hunts in winners. And I'm sorry, I've gone to so many nationals and I have not ever seen that. I have never seen Duck Hunt break through a national in winners. Personally, at least in the US, it's so great to see some Japanese Duck Hunt representation here at Genesis 4, which is what nationals are all about. It's all about showing the type of skill level that these players from other places have, and it's like, you know, you can't sleep on anybody.
Yep, absolutely. I mean, we've seen some of the strength of these Duck Hunts previously in Japan, but they've never had the opportunity to travel to the US, and now that they've got their chance on the big stage, they are really turning it up.
So I'm just hoping that WRo doesn't get a little overwhelmed here with the Duck Hunt practice. He's like, oh, you know, this is an alien character. Not a lot of players get the opportunity to play against Duck Hunt, especially an experienced Duck Hunt. So this is going to be an incredibly interesting match from WRo and Broad.
That said, though, WRo is an incredibly adaptive player and just incredibly good. So we shall see what happens. Right off the bat, WRo is making sure that Brood doesn't have the space to set up his traps because that can is so deadly, but that jab coming in really quick.
WRo's not letting Broad breathe.
And already WRo has Brood pressured at the ledge. This is not where you want to be versus WRo. He is so good at covering that.
You know, WRo giving Broad not the opportunity to take out Can. If I do recall correctly, Can does come out frame 5, but the explosion itself comes out frame 1. It's kind of similar to the whole Diddy Banana play that he has to have. Notice how he took out Banana right when Broad was already off stage, giving himself the opportunity to already have Banana there on a neutral.
That was exceptional coverage, covering the roll behind with the down tilt and then using the F smash to cover the neutral option. Very, very good stuff from WRo.
WRo was 4 steps ahead on the ledge there. That was incredible setup.
Brood has just had no room to breathe. He has been pinned to this ledge the entire game.
Ooh, already getting rid of the banana there. The can there. Ooh, monkey flips kicks through the can as well.
Right, finally, Brood getting something going. Nice can into up air.
Broad's just trying to find his way back to the ledge. The amount of pressure that WRo provides when an opponent is on the ledge is actually kind of incredible. He always tends to frame trap his opponents with the banana on the ledge, but he's kind of like, no, I don't need the banana right now. I'm going to be more focused on making sure you have no opportunity to take out the can. And right there, closes out the stock with a back air.
Amazing stuff from WRo. Just he had absolute control of that game, and he will definitely be riding that momentum into the next game.
Didn't look like at all that matchup was alien to him, actually.
He knew exactly what he needed to do. I know WRo is definitely a player. He has an incredible work ethic. If he knows what sort of opponent he'll have up next, he will try to grind that matchup with whoever he can just before the set starts, just so that he's absolutely prepared.
He's looking back at the crowd, kind of like, hey guys. Oh, he's just trying to translate, basically. I guess he's trying to strike the stage with him. It's kind of interesting. Duck Hunt does have his gimmicks. Actually, Duck Hunt takes less damage and hit stun than his opponent if he gets hit by his own can. So that could be another reason as to why WRo absolutely does not want Can on the stage. It kind of looks like he's trying to make sure Can isn't on the stage as much as he would want Luma off stage if he were playing against Rosalina and Luma.
Yeah.
Always making sure that Can is his first priority when he was taking care of Duck Hunt in that matchup.
Yeah, Can is just such a big factor for Duck Hunt. It is where a lot of his damage comes from. It's where a lot of his combos,
Frame traps.
frame traps, combos, his kill setups come from that Can. So it's incredibly important to know sufficient counterplay versus it against Duck Hunt. It looks like we are going off to final destination for game 2.
Quite an interesting choice of stage here. WRo's going to be able to move around a little bit better on this stage, possibly giving him the opportunity that he needs to kind of space himself between himself and WRo.
Although WRo still is not letting up. He is making sure to close the gap as much as he can, but Brood off to a much stronger start this time.
Yeah, that was a great double up air there. A low percent's up air actually combos into itself.
Very, very low cooldown on that move in the air.
So we're basically seeing right now how Final Destination really does help Duck Hunt get the space that he needs. He's just kind of spacing himself away from WRo properly, but now he's on the ledge, giving WRo all the proper stage control that he needs.
Yeah, Brood retreating back a little bit too much, ended up putting himself at the disadvantage. This is a scary position. Duck Hunt doesn't have the best recovery in the world. Great use of the can there to break out the pressure.
That was amazing. Just as I mentioned, the explosion actually comes out frame 1, so it's not a bad idea to take advantage of that frame 1 explosion as a way to prevent getting grabbed.
And Brood has taken the lead, now preventing WRo from getting on stage.
What an obscure way to edge guard your opponent.
Now WRo has to be really sort of creative with how he's recovering, and I think the trade with the up tilt allowing Brood to take the first stock. What a strong comeback from Brood.
Now that was kind of interesting. Notice how WRo immediately when he recovered, he fared the can to the opposite side, but if someone hits the can, whenever Duck Hunt controls the can, it will move in that same direction that the original person hit it in.
Oh, what a combo! Big 45%. And the can was a bad decision there. Ended up losing the stock because of it, but still, he's at a bit of a lead.
Scary situation. Duck Hunt's recovery is pretty exploitable.
These back airs, the wall.
Oh my goodness, WRo's just not letting Broad back.
That can really came in clutch. That dare probably would have finished the set.
He's definitely trying to make sure that his can could at least provide him some space so that way he can recover a little bit more comfortably.
But WRo is just not letting up whatsoever. Beautiful monkey flip. Finally, WRo is in control once again. Oh, great tech chase by Brood. Chasing the down air, such a creative option. Oh, and WRo SDs.
God's like, where did WRo go? Where did he go? He just... Goodbye.
Lost in space.
Goodbye. And with that music in the background, kind of it puts that excitement towards the set.
I know Brood's Japanese brethren are very excited to see him take that second game.
So here we are going on to game 3, Duck Hunt versus Diddy Kong.
I feel like WRo is going to want to run it back to a tighter, smaller stage. Yes, back to Smashville, a wise decision.
3, 2, 1, go!
Here on Smashville, I really like the choice of going to FD for Duck Hunt, so I could see that this stage is going to be a little bit harder for Broad to be able to make it back from the ledge and all of WRo's edge guarding.
Again, great use of that auto-cancel down air. Although it has a lot of landing lag, it does auto-cancel really early, and Brood is on a tear at the moment.
Yeah, as you just mentioned, down air does auto-cancel from a shore hop and spikes if you're not careful.
assault from Brood at the moment. Aluminium flying everywhere from this can.
Oh my
what
goodness,
a
it's just
gem!
like that!
Oh my goodness, and Zero might be on his winner's side stock at the moment.
I'm actually kind of scared. This is exactly what I was mentioning earlier on before the set had even begun. Broad with the biggest lead right now in these two stocks. He's holding on to it dearly and taking complete control of the neutral.
Brood is looking absolutely sensational at the moment.
Zero's gonna really need to try to close out this space that he has between himself and Brood.
He cannot land just this incredibly oppressive, like incredibly strong neutral from Brood, but a really, really clutch back air from Zero. This is where Zero starts to turn up. He is such a good player in these situations. He is no stranger to this at all.
Goodness, I had done so much shield pressure when it had blown up on Zero's shield. And that same can setup that we had saw earlier on last game.
Yeah, Zero has to be careful with how he commits to his strings because he can't really afford to keep trading with that can. He is at the deficit at the moment, of course. All right, these spares putting in a lot of work as usual. Diddy Kong's spare is incredibly good. Oh, doesn't get control of the banana. This is super scary for Zero.
Zero manages to close out that space that he needed perfectly, and Can's not there.
Oh, Trace with the can once again. He's stuck in the air. Great beat reversal.
This is such a close game.
But now Zero has the edge.
Really like his use of can right now. He's using it mostly to make sure he doesn't get a grab off of it. Oh my goodness, that shield, he needs to be careful with.
Forward air. Zero at 158.
Oh my
back
goodness,
air.
with the back
Is
air,
that going to take it? Oh my goodness.
The duck hunt. Oh my gosh. The Japanese duck hunt bro just took the set versus Zero. Zero getting set so early here at Genesis 4. Already
The
the
crowd
losers.
has erupted. This is incredible.
Oh my goodness. All the Japanese players rounding up around Broad. So proud of him. And Zero. Wow, already losers. That was the first set, guys. The first set of Phase 2 singles here at Genesis 4. If you are missing out on this, what are you doing? Please retweet the stream. This is incredible right now. We have Zero and losers. We were just talking about how losers bracket is so stacked right now. And we have the king of Smash 4 himself already in losers.
Wow. To a duck hunt, no less. We've seen a lot of people say that this character is bad, that, you know, he doesn't really have any potential to do it, but here we have Zero going out to this character.
The argument I always hear when it regards to Duck Hunt is, whatever, Duck Hunt can't close out stocks. What I just saw up there, I clearly saw Duck Hunt close out stocks.
Yep. But next up, it looks like we have Locus versus Philippe. Canada versus Japan. The Canadian Ryu, who has just been making incredible